Double progression is probably the most efficient way to get bigger and stronger. Say your program calls for 2 sets of 6 to 10 reps of a given exercise. The first week, say you perform 2 sets of 8 reps with 100 pounds. Next time you do this exercise, you want to make it a little bit harder to continue to force your body to adapt. To make the degree of difficulty a little higher, you can do one of two things. One, you could add more weight, or two, you could do more reps with the same weight. This is where double progression comes in. Double progression states that you should keep the same weight and keep adding reps until you hit the top end of the given rep range. Long term, it's much easier to add a rep or two than it is to add weight to the bar. So going back to the earlier example of 2 sets of 6 to 10 reps. Week 1, you perform 2 sets of 8 reps with 100 pounds. So week 2, you set out with the goal of trying to beat that. This week, you do 2 sets of 10 reps with 100 pounds. This means you won. You maxed out the rep range. And next week, you'll increase the weight a little bit and start this all over. So instead of 100 pounds, you go to 105 pounds. And instead of doing 10 reps, you only be able to do, say, 7 or 8. Then you would repeat this process, trying to do 10 reps with all your sets of 105 pounds, and so on and so forth. You can continue to do reps and beat the logbook essentially forever, or until you start to stall out on a particular exercise. And if that starts to happen, you can just switch the exercise out. This is why this method is so powerful. This works for everyone, beginner to advanced. And it's a great way to make sure you're making progress as simply as possible. I think you can build a pretty big and strong physique off of just this system alone in a few years of hard work. And I use it myself in all my programming. So utilize double progression more often. It's a very powerful tool.